Welcome back everyone to another episode of the Chief Lego Fanatic. I'm pretty excited. I'm a huge Marvel fan, so I'm excited to be able to do this set. This is the Infinity Saga, the Guardian ship. I don't know if they renamed the Milano, but this one's actually titled the Guardian ship. It's 14 plus. It's 1,901 pieces, which means it'll take about 4-ish hours to fully build. Comes with 6 minifigs. Rocket, Star-Lord, Groot, Mantis, Thor, and a Chitauri. Kind of random. So the front shows the actual Milano itself, or sorry, the Guardian ship. Also has Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet. On the back, it shows the different ways that the set can be displayed. So it actually does come with a stand, unlike the last version of the ship, and it can be rotated around the stand. Show some of the details. You got Thor with donut and a coffee. Groot's kind of hanging out. The back or the front of it, the cockpit swings open, and the top comes off so that you can actually access the interior. At the end of this video, we will be comparing this set to the last version of this set that came out a few years ago. Otherwise, box is pretty standard. The artwork is very pretty. It shows the set in motion, so to speak. Kind of shows it flying through space. So it's always a neat detail. Let's open it up. So there's the stand pieces. It's bag number 14, so there's going to be 14 different sections. Not surprising, there are a few decals. Not very big. It's probably mostly interior detail stuff, but there are some. The instruction booklet, pretty thick. It's not very wide though. Got your inventory, show some other sets that are coming out. These look really neat. I haven't seen any advertisements for these yet. Shows it on the stand and how to put it on the stand. Looks like we're at about 486 steps to actually complete the whole build. And in the front, it doesn't really talk about the ship like some sets do, but it does do what Lego typically does and shows what each of the bags does. Minifigures are kind of spread out across all 14 bags, so that's kind of neat doing them all at once. Alright, so again, probably take about 4 hours. We'll see you guys on the other side. here we have the finished set. As you can see, all of the minifigs, Groot, Star-Lord, Thor, the random Chitauri, Mantis, and then Rocket. Rocket's legs actually don't bend, so you actually need to use the gun to help him stand up. Otherwise, he just falls over. One interesting thing is they gave Thor long hair, which is kind of odd because he doesn't meet the Avengers until after Ragnarok when his hair gets cut. But whatever. Kind of neat that they give him his axe instead of Mjolnir, which makes sense. I'm not sure if these are new pieces, but Peter actually has these, his actual guns from the movies. I don't think LEGO has used those in any other sets yet, anyways. For the ship itself, I was reminded that the Milano was destroyed during the events of the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, so they got a new ship after that. So this isn't the Milano, but, and I guess they haven't actually given a name to it. Obviously you can see the base. I actually kind of wish that they had done this as a more special set with a information plate, because it's usually what you see with sets that have bases, if they feel it's big enough to need it. It does rotate. It actually rotates really smoothly. It's not one of those that just clicks around. Comes off of the base relatively easily. Just requires a little bit more force than I'm giving it, because it uses these X or cross pieces instead of the more peg-like pieces. The front opens, so you can actually see inside the cockpit. It has a seat. It uses these pieces for controllers. I'm not sure if I put it together correctly, but it kind of seems like it's built this way. It doesn't actually close the whole way, which is kind of odd. Oh, well, no, I lied. It closes the whole way. It was just me being dumb. It happens from time to time, I promise. It's okay. The top does come off, so you can see inside. It has a couple of seats. It's kind of dark, even with the light shining in, so it's kind of hard to see, but there's a radio. You can see where the coffee mug is sitting. There's a random donut, a picture of Gamora. Hopefully Peter's able to find her. I'll put this back on. One interesting thing that I'm not a pilot or anything, but I follow aeronautics at least a little bit. This has a lot of control surfaces. So it has this part here on the wing that can move. This part of the wing is already bent. These move back and forth, and they actually have, well, if I don't make it come apart, they actually have these rods on the sides that kind of move with it. These move, and then on these, there's two other control surfaces that move. You can see all of these circular pieces along the bottom. I'm assuming those are meant for more hovering, so in atmosphere type movement. You have the engines on the back. But the reason I find this so odd is it's a spaceship. It's not really meant to fly through atmosphere a whole lot. Obviously it does, but the fact that it feels like it needs this many control surfaces to fly through atmosphere is kind of odd to me. But it's a neat set. It took me about 4 hours to build, which is pretty much what I thought it was going to. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Not really a whole lot else to say about it. Definitely would recommend buying this, especially if you're a Marvel fan. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. There's not a lot of decals. The decals are mostly on the outside. I was wrong about that. Yeah, there's no weapons, which is kind of odd. I don't know if these were air intakes or weapons, or if these little binocular pieces are used for something else, but there's no very evident weapons, which again, to me, is odd. But whatever.
Again, 8 out of 10. Would definitely recommend picking it up if you can at the Lego store or at lego.com. Yeah. Stick around. I'll pull out my Milano set and then I'll compare it to this one. And here we have the Milano Spaceship Rescue. It's set number 76021. It was released in 2014. 665 pieces, retailed for $74.99. It did come with 4 minifigs. So you have Drax, you have Gamora, Ronan, and then Peter Quill. This actually shows Peter with his helmet on, and it somewhat answers the question of had they had this piece before. Yes, here's the same piece that they have on the newer set. It also has these pieces at the bottom, so you can have Peter flying around. And right now, he doesn't want to stand up. There we go. All right. You have this little trap. It's probably like 7 or 8 pieces big. I don't know why I had it connected over there, but Ronan's hammer. Is that in front of him? One of Ronan's ships. It does come with the spring-loaded laser things. Oh, there's another. Sorry. It's wrong. Well, he doesn't want to come out with it. It comes with Ronan, who's currently inside of this ship. If I don't make the thing come apart. Yep. So these little ships you see Ronan and also in Thanos' fleet later on in the movie series. As to the Milano itself, you can see that it is yellow and blue, just like it was in the movies. There's various launchers and whatnot around the outside. The same thing with the Guardians spaceship set. This one also has a lot of different control surfaces. These are a little bit more rigid. They're not the ball and joint ones that they are on the Guardian spaceship set. But again, for a ship that mostly flies in space, it has a whole lot of different control surfaces. Has the clear parts on the underside that most likely for atmospheric travel, so it can hover and whatnot. This one, vice the canopy opening, the whole top comes off, so you can see inside. You can see the pilot seat. There's a couple of other seats back behind it. There's actually a decal for Peter's radio cassette player, and a couple other little features basically for living inside of a spaceship. Not a bad little set. If you can find it, because it is out of production now, I would recommend picking it up. It's pretty much a must-have for anyone who's a Marvel/Lego fan. Anyways, that will be it for today, this episode. Please make sure you hit subscribe, like, hit the ringer so that you can get notifications for my next videos. I plan on keeping them coming as long as people are watching. So I will see you guys next time.